Live at Lollapalooza. I'm Jason Thomas. I'm joined by Rag and Bone Man. Thank you so much for stopping by.
No worries, man.
From a quick little internet search, you've played only a handful of shows in the States?
Yeah.
A few? You haven't done a full tour yet.
Nope.
So one of your first visits here. Are we? We're just getting started here. Are we? The beginnings of the Rag and Bone Man conquest of North America? Is that what this is? Is that what we're witnessing?
You never know, man. Hopefully. Yeah, the US is a very different beast to anywhere else, but yeah, I'll give it a go.
So you've won a bunch of awards in the UK recently, and I'd assume you're being recognized in public more and more and more. And some people are very comfortable with that. Some people really enjoy it. Other people are kind of mixed feelings. How do you handle that? I
don't mind. I've got kind of used to it in the UK. Over here, people just sometimes shout Action Bronson at me. You know, or they think I'm like a roadie or something. But yeah, I don't really mind it. I mean, it makes grocery shopping a little longer sometimes.
It's a nice problem to have.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Where did the singing voice come from? Is that something that you had to work on? Is that something that was developed over time, or is that just your voice singing in the car and played a couple of gigs? And
I'll be totally honest with you. I never had a lesson of music in my entire life, and one day I decided that I was going to sing, and that's the way it came out.
Really?
Yeah, for real. Yeah, I just listened to a lot of Muddy Waters.
This is a good town. This is a good town for that. But you were part of the UK rap scene early on, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So your transition to your current style, was that gradual, or was that like an overnight kind of a thing? Like this is.
I don't know. I mean, transition's kind of weird because I feel like I've been in different places at different times with music. I did kind of acoustic blues, and then I was like, oh, I'm going to carry on rapping now, and then I'm going to sing over beats, and now I'm going to do this. You know, it was just how I felt at the time about music and what I wanted to do. And this just came around because I got more interested in the intricacies of songwriting, and I wanted to write songs from the ground up, not just write over beats or write to an acoustic guitar. You know, I have the freedom to do what I wanted to do.
Kind of blend it all together.
Exactly.
Yeah, I see some of the releases. Some of your releases go back to 2012. How does that sound compared to what you're doing now?
Well, like I say, it's really different. Like, my first release was called Blues Town, and that was very much like acoustic blues. I was like playing harmonica on it and stuff. And then after that, I signed to a UK hip-hop label called High Focus Records. And then I was collaborating with rappers, singing over more kind of boom-bap hip-hop style beats. And I did that for a little while. And then the kind of transition from that to where I am now started in like 2013 when I did a thing called The Walls EP, which was my first album really, like proper release. Because that kind of delved, it was still kind of hip-hop, but delved more into songwriting.
Yeah. The song Human, I believe that's about people complaining about problems that aren't really problems. Can you explain the song a little bit?
Kinda. It just came from a conversation, and it's like most of the songs I've written. I was sitting with a friend of mine called Jamie Hartman, who's a good friend of mine. We write songs together, and it was like, you know, sometimes you get sick of people talking about problems that aren't really problems. And like, you know, if you really took a step back and looked at like what's going on in the rest of the world, some people don't have the basic things like water or food, you know. And you're complaining because Urban Outfitters ain't open yet or whatever, you know. Come on, man, that's not really a problem. So, you know, that's kind of what it was about.
A couple more questions before we let you go. The Elton John phone call.
Yeah.
You got a phone call from Elton John out of the blue?
Yeah. I was in the office in Brighton, in my hometown, and kind of heard that he wanted to talk to me, but I thought it was just going to come through an email or through management, and my phone just went, and it was like a private number, like no caller ID.
Which nobody likes to pick up, right?
No, exactly. So I just answered it. It was like, "Hello, darling, it's Elton. I just called you because I wanted to tell you how wonderful I think your music is." And I was like, "Cool, okay." That's a pretty nice thing to happen to you, you know?
Yeah. That had to be like a surreal, like kind of.
Yeah, for someone like him too. That's pretty incredible.
All right, last question. I believe on one of your earlier visits to the States, you attended a Lakers game, a basketball game in LA.
I did.
Is that, do you try to attend sporting events here in the States? Are you a big sports fan?
It's my very first time at a ball game, yeah. I mean, I was really interested in basketball when I was a kid, but we didn't really have it in the UK much. It wasn't on the TV. So I was kind of interested to see a game.
Yeah, you got the Air Jordans rocking the red and black Air Jordans there.
Yeah, man.
Well, hey man, thank you so much for stopping by.
No
We're
worries,
definitely
bro.
looking forward to a proper North American headlining tour from you in the future.
It's gonna happen, man.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Cool. And you're set later today at Lollapalooza. Rag and Bone
baby.
Man, thank you so much for stopping by.
Big up, brother.